So what's going on in the world this week since we've been here last?
Trump had a birthday, fell asleep at his birthday, somebody lied. 57 girls or 75 girls were found in New York in underground tunnels.
In the Jewish underground tunnels?
I'll let you say it, not me.
Is that for real? You seen that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It's not been on the news or anything.
Was it girls? I thought it was just
75
kids. Like, I saw kids. Like, I thought it was boys
children.
and girls.
It's children,
Oh, okay.
but 75.
They said
Because
they
at first
rescued
they
them
said they
under the-
wandered off. 75 children
Yeah.
wandered off. Look at found alive, underground tunnels, New York. It's not on any major news.
I don't know if
outlets.
it's necessarily the Jewish tunnels, but I know it was underground.
No, that's what they said. Literally,
They
were
said it was
there.
the Jewish
yes.
tunnels?
Yes,
Oh.
it was. That's where it said in the article, big letters. Boom. What'd yours say?
You know, this internet slow.
Oh.
It's slow, but it ain't actually. It's still loading?
The next one, didn't they?
Yeah.
They said they went exploring and got lost.
75 kids. How do 75 kids even get together? 75 children. And this says dozens of girls emerged from drain after wandering into tunnel while on
About
a school trip.
71.
That's separate. 70 girls went exploring and got lost in underground tunnel. Like, how does that 70 girls? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And now they're saying the girls wandered through a creek in a park that they entered, the underground tunnel. They walked nearly a quarter mile underground before getting lost and disoriented. First responders from the Orangetown police said the crews were
That's what it was. So
called.
they were Jewish girls, apparently. I think it was from a Jewish school. And they
Yeah, I don't
wandered
know
in.
how you get 71 people together that go exploring. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, that's a lot of people. Now it's saying teenagers. At first said all ages. Yeah, I don't know. This sounds like a cover up to me, but I mean, to each his own.
Yeah, I can't. This ain't loading, so I can't really get any information on it. But
Well, you already know why. But yeah, so that happened. And then the next one, that seemed exciting. Everybody was happy about that. The other night when they played and they did that crazy comeback,
oh my God.
diabolical. I was joking. I was like, you know how they say like the NFL and NBA is like an entertainment company? It's not an actual sports team. What if they diverted and they were like, yeah, we're not going to lose like you wanted us to. We're breaking out. We're breaking. We're going to be a real sports team and play the game.
I think it's way more. I mean, either way, I think
They were not slated to win
Who?
anywhere.
Who?
Knicks.
They kind of were. Kind of.
Okay.
They beat them already in a tournament this season. It's not. That's why every game
They
was
weren't
so close.
expected to win that last
That
game.
one, no, absolutely not. No, that was. I get what you're saying, though. I mean, I think I told the homie the other day. I said, it's in their interest. It's in the NBA's interest for the Knicks to win anyway. I mean, look at the market of the Knicks anyway. Look at what happened when the
Donnie's
Knicks
been
win.
doing an amazing job. What you got to say? You look like you about to say something negative.
I mean, I just think any mayor that has people like ripping the shirts off of people's backs, like in broad
I
daylight,
don't know about that. I was talking more
en
about
masse,
the food.
that shit just makes him look crazy as hell. But I mean, I know the stuff he's been doing in terms of like overall New York is absolutely fantastic.
Is that something personal you're talking about? What are you talking about?
No, like I mean, the pandemonium after every Knicks game is kind of crazy. I think.
But I don't think that's to the mayor. Is he doing it? Is he ripping a shirt off of his body?
No, but
So how is he to blame?
I think it's crazy that we expected it and it actually happened. Like I think.
So you're mad that they won?
No. I just think. Yeah, think about it. Like, if you know that your base, they arrested like 69 people yesterday.
Okay.
There was 4 stabbings and like 1 shooting yesterday.
When I was in high school and Penn State and Ohio State used to have games, kids would catch mattresses on fire and throw them out of the window.
No, yeah,
Kids
I mean,
flipped cars over after
they
catching
take
them on
off-
fire on a college
they
campus.
take off goalposts and like
So what
throw
are
them
you
in the river.
saying? That's not to the mayor's fault.
But it's not assault though. It's not assault. Like on like 70 cases, like that's kind of crazy.
But
and
I don't
and then
think
and then
that's-
it's like on TV, like
That's
you
not
see this
his
shit happening.
fault.
No, It is, but I get what you're saying. It is his fault. I mean, he's the mayor. It's going to be everything that happens.
So
is gonna be
everything
his
that
fault.
happens in the city of Atlanta is Andre's fault?
Yes, yes.
Everything is his fault.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of crazy.
Every CEO that owns
I
a
would
business,
say-
if something happens in a company, is the CEO's fault.
That's not fair. I would say in terms of like,
That's what they get paid for. That's the reason why they're in that position, is to take fault for everything that happens.
it's Trump's fault that he pardoned January 6 rioters and they're committing more crimes.
Yeah.
That is his fault.
Yeah.
You cannot blame everything that's happening everywhere on one solid person.
But if you had to, is what I'm saying.
No,
I get what you
he's
look.
not at
I
fault.
get what you're
Whoever
saying.
assaulted someone after a game, that's their fault. Whoever raised that
Yeah.
person, that's their fault.
Well,
it's not his fault
it's-
as the
it's
mayor
multiple-
that somebody
it's multiple-
unwell.
So there's like a percentage, right? Like the fault, most of the fault goes to the actual person, right?
All
The
of the
actual
fault.
assaulter. But I still think that some of the responsibility, 100, like not 100%, but some of the responsibility does go towards the mayor, because you knew this was going to happen.
I don't think that would have been on his game plan. It wouldn't have been on mine.
It's definitely
that we're
not,
going
but it
to
still
win and
happened.
somebody is going to get assaulted would not have been something that should have been in my foresight.
No, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't persecute him like, oh, that motherfucker. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
blaming him for something that's not his fault.
I mean, that's what he's supposed to be there for, is to take the blame. He's supposed to be part of the blame every single time. If my team loses you look at sports. Like I said, I'm a sports guy.
But he had security. He had things in place.
So when LeBron loses all those finals, he's going to take all the blame, right?
Okay. I mean, is he playing
It's
well?
not
Is
fair,
he
though.
missing free
He's
throws?
the
That
best,
is
but
fair.
he's
If you're
absolutely the
missing-
best player on that team.
If you're
It is not
missing
his
things
fault, but
you
it is
have
his
one
fault at the
job
same
to
time.
do,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, because you're thinking on like a purist level, like no, it's not his fault at all. And I get what you're saying.
But that's different. Like, LeBron is actively playing in this game. You're trying to blame a man whose responsibility is make sure that things are ran properly.
Exactly.
So he did. He put security in place so that if something happened,
Was it enough?
Is it ever enough? But then if he had overstaffed it, it would have been like, oh my God, it was overstaffed. We're wasting tax dollars. Ah, you can't win.
But
Can't win.
I mean, you're not supposed to. You're the mayor.
Right.
That's the job. That's what they get paid for. That's the whole. So
I disagree. I don't think he gets blamed.
Every position
paid
of
to get
power,
blamed.
you're supposed to take blame for shit that you didn't even fucking
That's-
attempt to do.
I don't agree with
your
that. That's
job.
stupid.
Your job is supposed to create barriers or ways in which you can stop that from happening, or coming up with ways to stop it from happening. Look, like I said once again, I don't believe he should take the full blame, but he will always, no matter what happens in New York, will always take the blame for something that happens. There's a reason why Joe Biden takes the blame for shit he shouldn't get any blame for. Even Trump gets blamed for shit that he shouldn't get any blame for.
That sounds mentally unstable.
That's just reality. It is unstable, but that's just the reality of shit, right?
I
Like
don't
that's
think
how
that's
people are gonna take it.
reality.
Every CEO, every president that's at the top of any kind of business or whatever. Let's say, for example, we do a podcast and somebody runs up in here for some random reason and says something, an opinion we had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? It's just out of the blue, or somebody in the background says something, or whatever. Something happens.
Who are
We're
we?
gonna be at fault.
Why are we at fault?
We're gonna be at fault.
Who's at fault?
We shouldn't be, but we're gonna be at fault.
Why would I
Somebody's
be
gonna
at
blame us.
fault? I'm sitting in a room minding my business. Somebody comes into this
Yeah.
building and attacks me, and I'm at fault.
Because they're gonna attach your name to the podcast and be like, oh, you've seen this shit 1,000
No.
times where somebody's name is attached to something they have nothing to do with, yet they're still to blame.
Because they don't have a good enough attorney. Because that's stupid.
Yeah,
Don't none of that make
attorney's not gonna
sense.
stop the public opinion about
And,
nothing.
I mean, and whoever feels that way is dumb. If I'm sitting up here minding my
say it again.
business,
Say the
and
last thing again, though, real quick.
they're dumb.
Yeah. So what do you think the average person is in the world is? Dumb.
I guess
They're dumb. So you gotta. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta.
I can't think like that. My mind doesn't. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's not supposed to. It's never going to. But that's just the reality. Like I said, that's the reality. There's things. I think we talked about it last week. There's things that not even last week. It was like 2 episodes ago. There's things that should be. Then there's the way things actually are. And so our goal is to make things the way they should be. But we live in a world where this is, as of right now, this is just how it is. Should Mom Donnie take the blame for that shit? No. He's not the nigga out there beating people up or taking their shirts. No. But he is the head of all of that. He is the
I don't
controller,
think
the main
did he
top
say he
nigga
takes
of
the
the New
blame
York.
for that?
Huh? No.
Did he? Oh,
No.
yeah.
But he'll say we'll do better. He'll say we'll do better.
Yeah,
I'm
That's
New
all he
York.
could do.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that's it.
But to say that means I think he's also saying, okay, I'll take the blame for this low key, but we'll do better, make sure it doesn't happen as much again. But that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you want a CEO to do anyway, is to take blame for shit like that. To say that, yes, this will be better. Think about it. Like, who's the person you buy the most clothes from?
Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova. Let's say you know for a fact that there's a manufacturer close to you that you get your personal products from that's still Fashion Nova. But you know for a fact also that warehouse just went on fire. And you know the reason why. Like, it has nothing to do with the headquarters of Fashion Nova. But Fashion Nova makes a statement saying, "Hey, we'll make sure that shit will never happen again." Do you think they should have did that anyway, or do you think they should have ever said anything about that, even though the heads never had anything to do with that facility going on fire?
Blew up, so I mean, I think they need to acknowledge what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the same.
But why should they acknowledge what happened if they have nothing to do with it? Like, it was some freak accident type shit.
Right. I mean, you have to acknowledge, hey, this freak accident occurred. We have no idea how it happened. This is what happened. That's it. I wouldn't take the blame for that. I'm sorry that it happened. But that doesn't mean I'm taking the blame because I'm sorry.
I feel like
I'm
acknowledging
sorry that
is like,
kids are dying everywhere. That doesn't mean that I'm guilty of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry people are homeless. I didn't make them homeless.
But I'm sorry, I feel like making an acknowledgement ties you to a thing.
You're sorry that you see the people we do under the bridge, right? You feel bad for them. You feel sorry for them. That doesn't mean that you're going to take them to your house.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're going to blame yourself for them being homeless.
I feel like I can make it better. Like, I feel like we all as individuals can make their situation better in a way.
I feel like they can make their situation
like, I feel
better.
like maybe I should give the dude, like, if I give a homeless dude $1, I feel like,
Yeah.
maybe I should give more to y'all.
I feel like that's nice because you have the same 24 hours that I do. What are you doing?
But we know how them 24 hours work with different people, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's not my fault. That's not my problem.
Yeah, but it's still, that's where the guilt stuff comes. We take
I don't feel
accountability
guilty.
for that.
I feel bad for them. Like,
Yeah.
dang, you had the same opportunity and you chose this. That sucks.
I think depending on the situation, the context, guilt and feeling bad is like kind of, they can be married in a way.
Yeah, and that sucks.
But
you should get medicated for that to even you out so you don't feel that way.
But I shouldn't have to be medicated to not feel that way.
But there's probably an imbalance if you feel that much guilt that you gotta sleep under the street.
Who, that person? I don't think they have guilt that's why they sleep on
Something
the street.
has to be imbalanced.
Something is wrong. I think, but I'm saying, like, I think we can help them acknowledge what's wrong to make them better. I feel like some people live different walks of life, and that's why they live under the bridge. It's not necessarily a personal choice. I don't think it's like a laziness thing, or what most people I believe think it's a laziness thing. I don't think it's a laziness thing. I think it's a mental health thing.
I think we should welcome so we can keep going because I have so much more to say.
I mean, that's a segue, right? Y'all, welcome to the bridge. It is your boy Kell. Y'all know what it is, man. It's a decent Sunday. Kind of rainy earlier, very rainy. I caught the tail end of it, thank God. But you know what it is, man. On the left side of me is Ashley, as usual. You know what it is, and then boy in the background, Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, purple do-rag. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is today, man. We coming in with it. Mm-hmm. Today, as of today, as we're recording this is the 14th of June. It is considered it's Pride Month. Shout out to all y'all out there that's on that. You know what I'm saying? We somewhere near Midtown where they, they partying up over there on Pride Month. But today we're gonna be talking about men's health, mental health. It's men's mental health. It's crazy.
Is that a mouthful?
It's hard.
Men's mental health.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just let you. She's gonna say it from now on. Men's Mental Health Month. There we go. Yeah. So it's not a lot to you. Is it a lot to you?
It's an alliteration.
Men's Mental Health Month.
Okay, fuck y'all. So Men's Mental Health.
Just slow down, man. Take it slow.
Men's Mental Health Month. So, I mean, is there a female's mental health month? Do you know what that is? Do you know if y'all have one?
I don't know. I know that there's like a Women's International Month, Women's Awareness Month. Probably.
I think we talked about this before. I was like, yo, we have a lot of these months, and they share a lot of shit. I don't.
There's like every day of the month essentially has a day. Like the other day was Donut Day. There's Popsicle Day, Grandparents' Day, Science Day, Teachers' Day, Plant Day.
Yeah.
There's days for everything.
I was wondering, like, the days that, like, because it's Pride Month and then it's Men's Mental Health Month, like, are they supposed to be correlated together? Is that a thing?
No, I think it just happens to
Just
coincide
somebody was like, fuck
the
it, we're
same
just going to make
time.
this the same month anyway.
Yeah, like awareness, because I would assume being a part of that community would lead to mental health issues. So
you think that's the reason why?
Oh, I don't know. But I would assume that most people have some kind of depression or something associated with not coming out, pushback from people. I would assume that there's some mental layers, not saying something's wrong with them for whatever their sexual preferences are. But I think mentally coming out and having those tough, hard conversations with people have to lead to things like depression, anxiety, things like that. If you're not getting the reactions you wanted or the acceptance you wanted.
Okay. I mean, as y'all know, I mean, I think in the last, I'll probably say 20 years, because I think I personally got into psychology when I was in high school, and that was around 2005. So I'll say 2005. So 20 years ago, I probably, I think psychology started becoming more of a mainstream thing. You laughing? What's funny?
I was just thinking of what grade I was in, and you were in high school. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, man. But
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's when it became mainstream. That's when I started to get an interest in the idea of mental health in general. I wanted to be a drug rehabilitation therapist.
Why do you want to do that?
I grew up around a lot of drug addicts. And
Okay.
so I thought as a kid, when you walk around people with like erratic behaviors, you just see people doing drugs and how they act, compared to, you want to know why.
Okay.
So I think it wasn't no like trauma thing, like, oh my God, it's more like.
No, I was just curious because, like, for me, I feel like a lot of those people don't want to be helped, and I wouldn't want to waste time wanting something that you don't
Oh,
want.
really?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I think a lot of them really cry for help, honestly.
They
just don't
do,
even
but
know
they
it.
have to want it. Like,
Yeah, no,
you
yeah, they
can't-
do. Yeah,
and that's what would
you can't
bother
force
me.
it. Yeah, you can't
A
force
lot
it,
of
no.
people that are in those programs are forced to be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to deal with that because I can't want you to be sober more than you want to,
Yeah, I mean,
or want you to care about your future more than you do.
Surprisingly, their shit is more like nobody's willing to listen.
Yeah.
That's really the main thing. I don't really tell them to stop. I'm here to listen to what you want to talk about. Nobody's there to listen to have a conversation with a drug addict.
But I feel like men too. Men complain about that. Men say
What?
that nobody listens to them, that they don't have anybody to talk to, that nobody wants to hear their complaints.
I think that correlates to your circle. I think you don't have people who are willing to talk to you about certain things. But it's a whole complex. I mean, mental health itself is super complex. It's still something that people don't know about in general. Like I said, it became mainstream to me in 2005.
Do you think it's mainstream or do you think it's acceptable? Like it's becoming acceptable?
It's becoming acceptable.
Like periods.
'Cause
Like
back in the
people
day-
wouldn't talk about it. Now it's like, okay, it's open. Mental health. Now people are like, okay, I
So
guess
the-
we could
so
talk.
the
It's not
st-
taboo anymore.
So to start, mental health is different from mental illness, right? So I think some people kind of get them mixed up. So now, bad.
Don't you think they coincide? Like for me, I feel like if you have a mental illness, it's because you've checked on your mental health to know that your mental health is off. And as a result, you have a mental illness.
So bad mental health can lead to mental illness. Yeah, I agree. I think.
Or you could have a
Or you can
mental
have mental
illness.
and it does contribute to your current mental health.
Yeah.
Right. But they're distinct in terms of, so mental illness, like for example, you could diagnose somebody with schizophrenia.
It's a condition. Like
Yeah.
you're going to the doctor for a reason, but then you get to figure out what to
Bipolar
call
disorder.
it.
Things
But that's
like
a
that.
chemical imbalance. So that's like a sickness. That's like having a cold or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you literally aren't the same.
Yeah, but it's like what I mean is like when people have conversations about it, they expect you to just automatically fix it or something like that. Like, oh, you could just have a conversation with somebody. Like mental health, you can just have conversations could help your mental health compared to if you have schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. A conversation is not going to help fix that, right? And that's where things get, because we don't. It's still kind of muddy in the mainstream, like the average person talking point, in that these are two different distinct things. Like let's say somebody is depressed. You can probably help somebody with a conversation if they're depressed, right? Compared to if they have. I mean, it obviously depends on the level of depression. If it's severe,
Okay. 'Cause I
of
was
course
gonna
not.
say,
That's a whole
depression
nother.
gets
Yeah,
real.
yeah, it gets real, right?
Okay.
But if somebody's feeling bad because their cat died.
Okay. As opposed to.
I mean, probably their mother died, and they haven't talked to anybody about it for years or whatever. Then that sinks. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different. So I think it's important for people to understand the distinction, or at least read into it. But like I said, like you said, you were talking about physical sicknesses like colds and things like that. I think mental health, like if you have a headache compared to having like
Bipolar.
a headache compared to I'm trying to think of another like disease or something like
But I
it.
do feel like a lot of things have been, because technically, like neurodivergence, ADD, ADHD, like those things would be diagnosed by a mental health provider as well, right?
Yeah, well,
And that's talked about just like whatever, like
so okay, so
tra-la-la.
say them again.
So like neurodivergent, ADD, ADHD, like all of that is based on similar things. It's your behavior and your brain cognition.
But is
and
that
how-
built? Would you talk about mental health when you think about that? Like, is
But
that
I
a
feel like
mental health
people
thing,
do.
or is that like a mental illness kind of thing?
I think that's a mental health thing because it's important to identify that. If you don't know that, you'll be trying to. I think those lead to like more of the mental illnesses. So I think undiagnosed neurodivergency or ADHD or ADD or whichever one can lead to
Different things.
like depression or bipolarism.
If you can't
or,
explain things, if
something.
you can't articulate your feelings,
Because you're
the way
living-
you learn and see.
I think what happens a lot of time for people like that is they're like, I feel like I'm living in a world where I don't belong, or I don't kind of like feel the same as everybody else.
Like, do you ever watch Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
Spencer Reed, like as a kid. Like he technically didn't have anything, but he's always been like thinking faster, the way he processes things. But then that also affected how he processed emotions, social cues. So I think one, like if you think of somebody with severe ADHD, and I'm not talking like, oh, I'm just popping Adderall to finish a paper. Like they cannot focus. That is, something is off.
So okay, so you're saying long-term mental illness can affect your mental health, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Because, like, think about how they talk and communicate with people. Think about their social interactions. Are they awkward? Autism. Depending on where you're at on the spectrum. But that falls under mental health and mental illnesses.
So let's.
It might be like a learning side, but it's still, I believe it's still classified as mental illness.
So give me thinking like, would narcissism be classified under one of those things?
Under mental health or mental illnesses, that's a diagnosis. So like
A narcissist,
a
right?
narcissist, a psychopath, a sociopath, all of those things are like diagnoses given to you by a mental health professional. Bipolar, like those are all disorders, diagnoses, etc. I guess it would be the equivalent of like a doctor telling you like what disease you have or sickness you have. It's like you're at the doctor and now they're telling you how sick you are. Like, okay, this is your diagnosis and this is how we're going to fix it based on how your brain thinks and how you process things.
Okay. So definition of mental health in general is just the state of emotional, psychological, and social well-being compared to a mental illness or a mental disorder is a health condition that significantly affects a person's thinking, emotional state, mood, or behavior.
So your illness will throw off your
Your
health.
mental
So
health.
it's like the same as when you go to a doctor. If you have a common cold, it's going to throw off your body. That's how you know to go because something's wrong. So I feel like it's the same. It's the same cause and effect.
or one inflicts a effect on the other more so. Like I don't think your mental health can cause. I don't think it goes in reverse, right?
No, but it can. So like your thyroid can be off and that can send you into bipolar manic episodes.
Well, that's like a
which would technically be your thyroid is how your body,
like a physical.
but it's a part of your body and how it regulates your hormones and
Yeah.
it's not regulating properly. So now you technically have a mental disorder because you're presenting as someone who's bipolar or having manic episodes.
Okay.
But when they take the test and they see your thyroid levels are off, they give you medicine and then you're normal again. But it caused a bipolar manic episode, which is your mental health because it's how you're processing things.
Yeah, because thyroid goes into a bipolar disorder that goes into a bad mental health. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm saying like a mental illness will affect your mental health, but can your mental health turn into a mental illness is what I'm saying. Can you have bad mental health and then end up with a
Yeah.
mental illness?
Yeah. If you're depressed, you don't go to see anybody, you don't do anything.
What
you
does
can start to
severe
become,
what does severe depression turn into though, in terms of mental illness?
I don't know. I think it depends on, I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like
I'm not like
I don't
a
know.
mental health professional.
I don't know if mental health can turn into that. I think it's just mainly like one goes into the other, while
But I think if you're severely depressed, then it's going to affect your overall health and well-being.
Yeah.
Because then you're fat or you're unhealthy or,
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it can definitely affect your mental health. Can definitely affect your. It
But
can make
I
you
look at your
physically
mental
ill. Yeah.
health, like whatever happens with your mental health goes into what diagnoses you have. But I feel like everybody has something, and that's why you're going to check on your mental health. Because if you have good mental health, then you don't have any of these issues. It's like, why would you go to the doctor if you're healthy? You're going
Yeah. To check up. Yeah.
because your mental health is off, so you're going to see why it's off.
Yeah. No. I mean, you definitely want to go. I mean.
So I don't think you could ever not have a reason to check on your mental health.
No, you should always
Yeah.
100% check them. Like you just say, like how you go to doctor, dentist, whatever type of certified, licensed, certified. By the way, licensed.
Try to look them up. Make sure they
Certified.
licensed.
Let me licensed. Yeah,
Licensed.
licensed. That is licensed. I don't care who tells
Licensed
you.
mental health therapist.
I don't care if they put a doctor in
licensed
front of their
social
name
worker.
or whatever. They need to have that paper say that they're licensed. I don't care who it is. That's the number one priority. And I cannot stress that even more.
Boards, they have ethics, they have things they can and can't do, like license.
'Cause listen, they will come to your pockets, 100%. How many people do you think go and get their mental health actually checked?
A lot. I think a lot of people have therapists.
Give me a percentage. You said a lot.
I don't. So
I want to tell you this. I'm low key setting you up because we've had this conversation before. I just want to know.
the reason I'm saying a lot is because I think of therapy in like different ways, right? So you have school guidance counselors.
You went to your guidance counselor?
When I was younger, yeah, I love my guidance counselor.
Did you ever go to your guidance counselor?
She's the best stuffed
Tyler?
animals.
No, I
Yeah.
never felt like I
Never
needed.
went.
I mean, we
Loved
would,
my
you know,
guidance
you would
counselor.
have a periodic check-in with your counselor.
For real?
Yeah, throughout
Everybody
grade
has
school.
to.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
Periodically, the counselor would like kind of talk with everyone, but
And if
I
there was
never
ever an
really
issue at
spoke
school,
with
they
them.
would check on everybody.
Yeah.
If somebody passed away, they would check on everybody. Like they would always do like touch bases and have events.
I mean, they weren't very thorough. It was
But
like,
they
hey,
would
if you
check.
guys feel,
Yeah.
just come to me and talk and da 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 da. But no.
So I feel like in school you have your counselor. If you're a bad kid, you're gonna have somebody that's assigned to you. Or you're going to have assigned therapy at some point because that's what they force you to do. Marriage counseling, premarital counseling, therapy in general. People that play sports have to go to therapists.
You think?
People that go see.
I'm saying like outside of that because I feel like that's like more upper
But
echelon.
now we're kind of like, you get what I'm saying? So you ask how many people, but now when you get in these pockets of people, that opens it up to more people
No,
than
it's
you originally
increasing.
thought.
It's definitely increasing.
So that's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's all those little things you don't think about, the CEO boot camps, the therapies on at work.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot more accessible now. So yes, I do feel like more people are going now.
Yeah.
AA groups is therapy.
AA group is therapy.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Support groups, emotional support groups after people lose babies, or grief counseling, or you're having surgery or chemo. There's a lot more people struggling, and maybe they're forced into it. Maybe it should have been. Do I think there's that many people going on their own without being forced? That I probably say no. But I think a lot more people are going.
Yeah, or being forced basically in a way. Because guidance counselor is a therapist, kind of. I don't know if they're licensed.
They're
but-
licensed.
Are they?
Yeah, pretty sure to be a guidance counselor you have to be licensed.
Okay.
Like a licensed mental health social worker, health provider, or something.
Okay.
They got some kind of psychology, something.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize that. I don't know. I felt like whenever I got called into their office, I was just.
Why are you being bad? What's going on at home? Is anything happening? Like you're always in here. Yeah, that's a therapist.
That shit was going on here at the other back in the day.
Yeah,
no lie.
but that's what they're there for, to
I
try to
just took it
figure
as like
out.
30 minutes out of class for real. But yeah.
What were you setting me up for? What were you gonna say?
No,
I popped your little.
I thought you were about to say like 60% or something.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no. I'd love to see. I don't think legally they'd
But
be
no,
able to have that.
No, you hit the right point. Is that it's increasing, which is the most important thing. I mean, I've said it before, in our community, we didn't really take that shit seriously.
Let me say Americans.
But we're definitely a lot of my friends talked about going to therapy a lot. So I think it's definitely increasing.
Okay. Overall, roughly 23% of American adults have visited a mental health professional over a 12-month period. About 60 million adults in the U.S. receive mental health treatment, including therapy, counseling, or medication each year. Outpatient talk therapy alone utilizes nearly 22 million. 25% white adults, 15% black adults, and 12% Hispanic. About 17% of teenagers see a therapist on an annual basis.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's definitely increasing now.
37% Gen Z, 35% millennials.
There's definitely a lot more outlets as well. I mean,
And I feel like it's everywhere. I hear a Better Health commercial every other day. Whoever you guys are paying for marketing, shout out to them, because woo-wee, it's every commercial. Everywhere.
I would say something about y'all, but I feel
I've
like
never used them.
y'all need to pay. But well, she said never used it, so never mind.
I've never used them. Have you used them?
I know it's part of the insurance that we got.
I don't have insurance, so I have to pay everything out of pocket.
Oh shit. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I feel like because that's the one where you call somebody and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, I need to see you in person.
I wouldn't take that serious. That's not for somebody like
I need
me.
to see somebody in person. We got to have a conversation. I have to see you in your eyes, see if you being for real.
Yeah.
So we talked about it already when it comes to mental health versus, or you know, what is it compared to mental illness? I'm looking at this as saying burnout versus mental illness. What is burnout when it comes to that?
Burnout was listed in the mental health diagnoses thing a couple years ago.
Was it the DS4 or something?
I think so, yeah. I think it's finally recognized as like a real thing. There was this, I can't think of her name right now, but she did like a TED Talk on it and everything and how it's like officially in.
Really?
And it's viewed now as a legit like diagnosis. And a lot of people are doing FMLA for mental health. It's like a leave of absence from your job, and they can't. It's a medical leave.
I mean, we're seeing it in sports. I mean, I thought I would never.
But I'm saying like FMLA is paid time off for up to 12 weeks of just.
I just need a mental health day. Like mental health day,
12
getting paid for that
weeks.
now.
It's 12 weeks.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I see how people treat their employees. Absolutely. If you feel like it's taking you that far, take your time and you pay for it. It's literally in your insurance. You pay for that. So, yeah, absolutely. Take your time. You always come first. A job will replace you in a second. Yeah. What, you don't agree with that?
I don't know. I think.
When I think of deadlines and I think of ways that I was treated around like important deadlines, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I need a day because that's work. So if I have a chaotic home life in addition to a chaotic work life, I never have peace.
Yeah.
I'm not saying work has to be your peace or home has to be your peace. Home should be your peace. But if I'm having two chaotic situations.
You said home should be your peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm having two chaotic situations and then you're adding extra chaos and this is my normal place of peace because of whatever, compensate me. Yeah, what do you mean?
No, I'm always advocating for you getting what's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, specifically, I've never been so overworked where I would need to do that. I guess I think that's probably why. I think that's kind of crazy.
I would wonder if you've acknowledged it because, like, my question would be, one, what were your positions that you had? And then two, do you manage big projects or anything like that?
Oh, I've definitely been in jobs where I definitely did more than what I was getting paid for. Is that what you mean?
But in a sense of not just that, but how it affects you. Like, you might not have noticed that it took a toll on your mental health.
Oh, I know people actively where it's fucking up their mental health.
But
100%.
I'm saying for you, it could have affected you in a way that you didn't realize. Like maybe you put on a couple extra pounds that winter because you were just eating and irritated
because
you couldn't leave your desk. So you're just sitting there eating and you can't. Like that affects you. That affects you. So I think just because it's not always like, oh my God, my hair is falling out, I'm losing weight, doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you. And I think that's what we have to stop doing is like gauging, oh, well, they're not that depressed or they're not that sad or they're not, like you don't look like mentally there's anything wrong with you. Like that stigma has to stop because it doesn't, like you gaining 5 pounds isn't taking away from my hair falling out. Both are bad.
Yeah. So
if you take FMLA, take it. Like, that's crazy.
I see. My opinion is, you shouldn't even be working there. If that's causing you to lose your hair, causing you to gain weight from where you work at.
Technically, the job isn't. It's how you internalize your stress. Like, I could not be delegating. I could not be utilizing my resources. I don't think it's necessarily on the job. Granted, maybe somebody needs to check you, but if you're saying you're fine, like, I don't think it's always the job's fault. I think as people, we take on more stress. We do things in an attempt to get a promotion or trying to prove ourselves. So I don't think it's fair to just say, like, oh, that's the job's
Well, no,
fault.
I mean that's why I said I don't know how I feel about taking that, because like I just told you, in my opinion, I think it's like on the person to say, hey, I need to step away from this. This is causing me this particular stress. However, I get where you're saying, where the job doesn't know if it's stressing them that much and that's happening. So I don't.
But think about, like, college and finals. Like, people lose hair and stress, lose
Yeah, no,
weight,
they go
gain weight
crazy,
during
yeah.
finals. Does that mean that you now can't be held accountable to take a test and test your knowledge?
No, I think.
But I think it's the same with
I
the job.
understand what finals is for. I mean, that is what your whole the end goal is to find your dream job that you will be in.
And with your finals are so that you can complete the class, and
Complete the
because they're
class,
not giving you a job.
That's just one of the steps you take to get to that.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
So hopefully
it's a
be able
dream.
to apply
Yeah,
and get a job.
we talk about college and
It's literally
yeah.
just so that you can get your degree.
Yeah.
So with that, it's like you're always have expectations, and it's just a matter of, like, how do you handle them or deal with them. But I do believe FMLA is fair because some workplaces are still very hostile. This girl compiled a list of every time her supervisor asked her who her baby dad was, and it was like 500 and something times. And she ended up printing a picture off of the girl's dead father and gave it to her and was like, this is the baby dad. She cried to HR, and she handed HR the printout of every single time this woman is asked who her baby dad is. Girl, that's a stressful work environment that you should not be in. And instead, she ended up getting FMLA while they investigated, paid time off, and then when she came back, they asked her how she wanted to deal with it, and she ended up getting a 4-day work week.
No, I
Like, that's work should not be that. Like, sometimes people suck. You have a crappy supervisor or project based. Like, if maybe everything's been chill, but now there's a really big project.
right.
You know, I think there's different things.
What do you think is the biggest shifter in mental health today?
Social media, cell phones, access. We're overwhelmed. We're overstimulated. Everything is overstimulating.
Do you think social media can help with your mental health at any point in time?
Yeah.
How?
I've learned so many, like, herbs that you can use for, like, depression, teas, ways to self-regulate. Like, absolutely. Yeah, I love social media for stuff. As bad as it is, it's equally good.
It's a
just a
double-edged
matter,
sword.
yeah. It's a matter of what you decide to search for. But yeah.
So I was thinking about it the other day. So I have FOMO.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Fear of missing out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I have certain things huge.
Like what?
FOMO.
What's an example of FOMO?
Back in the day, it used to be like maybe drop some shoes or something like that.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Or like, let's say, parties and shit, especially in like when I was in my 20s, like parties or going to the club or something like that, right?
Okay.
And I attributed, I had to talk with a therapist about this. Back when I want to say in second grade, I don't know if y'all did this in y'all elementary schools. I think they started taking this shit out. Where you used to have like a point system. If you're a good kid, you get so many stars.
The
So many
stars or the
stars.
buses. I
Yeah.
was always on blue.
So what?
Blue or yellow. I never was on green.
What
I
is
was
green?
Good.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
always in trouble for
So
something.
you're not the only one. Okay,
My bus
cool.
was always moved. My clothespin was
Man,
always far. I never had enough
Always.
stars for nothing. It was
sure.
always something.
For sure. End of the year,
Always something.
all the kids got to go. All the good kids got to go to the arcade.
Missed all the trips. Always something.
And that fucked me up. And I didn't realize how much it fucked me up.
Oh, yeah.
Because the
dang,
therapist was
dang.
like, go back to when the first thing you missed on some major, you felt bad. And I think that was the one thing.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, this is why you keep wanting to go to the party. You always want to get your shoes. You always want to do this. I'm like, okay.
Because, yeah, you were told you couldn't.
I was
Okay.
told I couldn't go back then because I was.
So how do you, have you fixed it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. You say
So you-
no, just don't care. Like,
So
who
you don't have
cares?
FOMO anymore?
Hell yeah, but I mean not
What do you
to.
have FOMO
I think you
about?
get FOMO about a lot of. You don't have FOMO about anything. Like you don't care about missing out on anything. There's certain
No.
things I don't want to miss out on.
I feel like, okay, so I'm going to be an aunt soon. I would have FOMO with that.
Yeah,
Like missing
exactly.
missing
Well, okay, that makes sense. That
But
makes sense.
like,
Anything else you're like, I mean, you seem like a person
I
you're
don't
not
care.
really. Yeah. I don't know. I like
I
like
FOMO
moments.
missing the the lottery numbers. I get real sad when mine don't get picked.
That's crazy.
get real
I think that's
sad.
kind of different though. I would say like
But no, I don't
I
care.
don't know. I think if I'm able to make it and it's like no, it's not in a. So here's the thing. Back then, my FOMO was terrible because I would do shit that was at a detriment to myself. Like,
Yeah.
let's say finances or something like that, right? Or I need to handle this thing, but I'm going to go to this party instead type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That's how my FOMO was terrible back then. Now it's like, I don't care. It's not, I'm not about
Never.
to, yeah, I'm not about to stress about not going to something if it's fucking up my anything.
Yeah, I don't care about it.
So, and that's where that was coming in. 'Cause
I get FOMO on vacation. Like, I love being out of the country.
yeah.
So if I haven't been anywhere, I'm like,
Yeah, we wanna go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
like I saw 3 of my friends were in Italy, and I was like,
damn.
not together. They were all in different places.
Yeah,
but I was
but she's
so
like-
irritated because I was here.
Yeah, but that's where I didn't realize that could affect from back then. That makes me want to.
I mean, we do everything because of either our parents or life. Like every decision you make.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I just never thought that would come up in the conversation. Cause I always attributed FOMO to stocks back in the day.
no,
And they were like, "Yeah, you have fear. You have FOMO." I'm like, "What the fuck? I got to do with
that's
mental
so
health."
funny.
I thought that was like trade. Like I just missed out on this fucking stock. What are you talking about? And so it was like, no. Like when you were a kid.
This.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the more. Oh shit! I need to go to therapy more. That makes sense, but
Do you currently go to therapy?
no, not as much as I need to.
Why'd you stop?
Money costs. A good therapist costs money. I
Yeah.
think the last therapist I had that was like free was terrible.
Did you try to look for more that were in network for you? Because they still get paid. They're not free.
They're not. I need a therapist. I need a specific therapist because I grew up different from. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm asking, have you looked?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine. He has a couple. He has like 3. He's helped me look a couple times, but like I said, like the way I grew up, my therapist can't be vanilla. It can't be cooking.
They have like, I forget the name of the website, but you could probably search it. But it's like a Rolodex of therapists, and you just search what kind of therapist you want, what their interests are, and it's almost like a dating profile, but for therapists.
Yeah, I think he recommended another program. It was like $1,000 program where I think it's like a Rolodex, like you said, but they tailor specifically
This is
to.
free. You just
Oh, that
search
one?
them.
Yeah, the one he was talking about, like it tailors specifically to like your upbringing and people that you want. Because the best therapist I had grew up in a neighborhood that was similar to mine. Had all doctorate. I think like 2 or 3 different ones.
You mean like a Big Brother program, like somebody that's
Yeah,
similar.
somebody that
Yeah.
knows exactly like, okay, this is where, because the person I was talking to was on point, like, and I meant to go see him again, but I was young, wasn't really caring about it, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know where he's at. I don't remember his name, but that was some of the most profound information I ever had gotten from a therapist. So
Do you
y'all
think,
find one, y'all gotta keep them for real.
Do you think more black men need to go to therapy?
That's not even like that. Hell yeah, I don't even know what I was about to say. Hell yes, 100%. I mean, you got to look at what is a black man's contrast in the world, right? In America, what's a black American man's contrast? It's a white American man, and we're vastly different, but are expected to be on the same playing field.
Are you expected to be on the same playing field?
Yes,
I don't think you're expected to be on the same playing field as
I
white men.
think we are supposed to be considered, especially. Well, I'm not gonna say all black women. I think that I don't like to generalize as much, but the black women we want, I think, want us to be on the same playing field as a white man, for sure. So we have to combat that almost every day, and so men don't even realize that, or they never really internalize that and seen that. But that's really the game that we have to play every day. So when you're
So
playing
you feel
a game,
like this is a big thing in like relationships and stuff.
Yeah,
when
hell
it comes
yeah.
to your mental, like being mentally sound like a white person.
I think
or
no,
like
not sound,
like
no.
maybe not mentally sound, but like
Financially, 100%. That's the first thing. Probably.
that's out of the realm of mental though. Your financial state
But
is
you
up
still,
to you.
you still have to. Like I said, remember what I said? I said the women that we want, right? We have to at least be on the same level financially as the white men to get those kind of women. So a black man that doesn't realize that you don't have to do that will probably attempt to do everything to attempt to do that anyway. I think that's the reason. I think that's one of the reasons why we kind of scam and do all this other shit. Fast money is like a big deal in our community because That is the
money. I don't even think it's fast money. I think it's just money.
money. Yeah. Well, I think it's. I think
Not
they
fast
would
money. They want to
absolutely
amass
rather
as much wealth.
as quick as possible. I think, and that's.
But I was saying I don't think they like it just because it's fast. Is what I was saying.
I think they do.
Yeah. I think that attributes to a lot of it. I mean,
I think
slow
making,
money's great, right? But they don't.
Yeah.
They need it now.
I think making
the girl not gonna stay here for that
$100,000.
long. Like,
If I can make $100,000 in a month versus a year, I'm happier. That's way faster.
Yeah, but if you can make $100,000 in a month, you're definitely probably know you're gonna die soon.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, because how are you making that?
you found a little quick lick. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But
But
you're
the
doing that
consequence.
on a monthly basis. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Like I said, you know you're not gonna be around soon, so you don't care. You're not thinking longevity. What I'm saying is, I think people would prefer to know that they have stability. We fear that, oh, it's not gonna be here tomorrow, so I need to get as much as I can as quick as possible because
I
this
think,
opportunity is not gonna work.
I think mentality-wise, we were raised to try and get as much money as soon as possible because mentally, like, we're not going to be here that long, right?
Right.
So,
And
fast
depending
money,
on your community, you
like-
really might not be here that long.
fast money is not, well, slow money investments, all of that is not really taught, right? That's
They
not
don't even know-
really.
There's no money to invest. So
There's that, and then there's like nobody knows because they're like, oh well, the amount of money I need to invest is like super high, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. They're taught. We're kind of mentally taught this from a young age. Like rappers have to invest a lot of money from the drug game in order to get into the rap game. Celebrities who want to be like football players, you don't have to invest money, but you do have to invest the time, and your family has to be able to get you in these programs that do end up costing a lot of money to get you in these places. So the ideology is always, I need money. Like, I need more money. I need more money. Everybody needs more money. I think a lot of people have that. It's not a color thing. It's just like in this current economy,
Yeah.
I think everybody just wants more money. Like it's probably interesting to talk about the state of the current economy and how it affects people's mental health. Right. I would assume there was a huge dive in mental health since this presidency and all of the different things that have
1000%.
happened. And it's not necessarily like
It's overwhelming.
even like the president getting in office, maybe for some it wasn't a big deal. For some it was. For some it wasn't. It's the after effects. It's like all of the other stuff. The fact that gas is going up. The fact that we're at war. The fact that we're constantly being taken left, right, and we don't know which direction we're going in, right? This is just an up and down roller coaster of a country right now.
I just think, like I said, what's being advertised is as though all women need men with money. I don't think that's always true. I think
But
that
if men want to keep hiding behind this traditionalist, that's where that's coming from.
yeah.
Because as a man, if you're saying you're traditional, that's what your job is, to provide.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, you could provide without going like having to.
No, you can't. If you're a traditional husband, you provide financially.
No, yeah. I'm saying like you don't have to go for the fast. You don't have to risk your
Oh, yeah,
certain.
no.
You don't have to risk your. You have to be a criminal. You know what I'm saying, in order to gain money.
Sure.
You can actually work. You know what I'm saying. There's different ways in which you can gain money. I just don't think you have
What
to.
you gotta say? They could be like the president.
No,
and get rich
I'm
real
just
quick.
gonna say the economy is just set up to where it's just very difficult to be a single household, like a single provider for an entire household.
It's hard to be a single provider for a single person.
No, she's saying like if they want to push themselves as a traditional man.
No, I get that, right? As a
Yeah.
single man, you gotta, not a single man, but as a man in a relationship, like being the provider makes sense, but the amount of money you have to make is higher than what it used to be.
Get the work in.
So that's why a lot of men, once they realize that, they're like, oh, well, I want to go 50-50 or this, that, and the other.
Yeah, but then they only want to go 50-50 on finances. They don't want to go 50-50 on nothing else. Because that's the
Like
only
what?
thing that's bothering you.
Like what?
So then as the woman...
On the work? You're saying 50-50 on the
So
work?
then as a
What I mean?
woman, it's like now you're saying that you're traditional and you want these very specific gender roles. Yeah, the reason why you came home to a full cooked meal 7 days a week
You
is
just pay for
because I was
everything.
at home.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at work doing the exact same thing that you are for the exact same amount of time and you expect me to do these traditional duties, but you're not going to help with the kids, you're not going to help with the housework, you're not going to help with anything because you want to be a traditional hands-off man, that no longer works.
I don't think I know.
And that's why these arguments blow me, because the only thing you want to be traditional on is telling me what to do and me doing two jobs.
You've met men that don't want to like take care of their kids or cook and shit like that.
Yes.
Damn, I've never. All the homies want to cook. Well, not all of them. I mean,
What?
most of the homies want to cook though. Like I ain't never seen no nigga that don't want to cook or take care of his kids.
they don't call like and it's not like a color thing, it's just a men thing. Like there's a joke about like, oh, you're babysitting. Like if you have your kids, people are gonna say, oh, you're babysitting.
To who?
You.
Me?
You.
That's my child. What do you mean I'm baby? What
But
the
there's
fuck?
so many men that aren't left alone at home with their kids. I have a friend who we were joking. She's about to go on a girls trip and she's like, yeah, like all the moms in my group were like appalled. They're like, who's watching your kids? Like how can you go for a week? And she's like, my husband. And they're like, what? You trust him? Like that's a thing. These men suck. They suck.
Damn.
I think we just got bad PR.
No, I'm telling you.
Because I don't think.
I'm telling you. I'm
I
telling
think
you.
it's
I've
I
heard
can't.
it
I can't speak on
from
it because I don't have men
their
who
mouths
are.
to my ears. I've heard it.
I don't have friends who are like parents, right? I would assume that the men friend that I do have, whenever they do become parents, they wouldn't be on that. I would assume, and they would assume the same of me. But I don't know. Like, I think it's unrealistic to believe that I now want you to work. Yeah, I'm bringing home $100,000 a year. I need you to bring home at least $30,000 a year so you can work a part-time job, ringing up groceries. I'm not gonna come home and be like, "Damn, you was at work all day and you ain't cooked." Like, that'd be fucking crazy.
Well, that's
or
the Kool-Aid.
the kids are hungry. What are you doing? Like, that's crazy. I think. I mean, it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. You see it on like
These
television.
people want a roommate. That's
And
what they want.
one
And
thing
that's why
I
call it a
always
roommate.
say,
you want a maid / roommate. You want somebody to split bills with. That's
I
what you
think
want.
I think this is where we tie the whole conversation back to like mental health. If there is a man expecting that of his wife,
they're mentally ill.
well, and he's not taking into account her mental,
yeah, that's
right?
a narcissistic
like
trait.
that's
you can't. That's
a
not
lie.
reality. That's
You're expecting her to work a part-time and a full-time job at the same time. She's never off. When is she off? Because then I'm sure when she goes to bed, you're gonna expect some too. So that's even more work. So it's like, I gotta take care of the kids. I gotta cook. I gotta wake up at 7. I gotta go ring up groceries. I gotta come home. I gotta cook. I gotta
This
clean.
lady was joking about it. She was like, my ex-husband was taking me to court to try to like get custody of my kid. He was calling me unfit. He was doing this. I was wasting so much money on like the divorce proceedings. She was like, I just said he could have him. And all my friends were like, how are you giving your son up? Blah, blah. Meanwhile, it's his biological father. What do you mean giving him up? He's gonna live with his dad. And then she said he had him for a week, scheduled an emergency session and demanded 50-50 custody equal. And she was like, meanwhile, this is the same man and same attorney that said that I was mentally unfit to be a parent. I couldn't do it. It wasn't what I'm mentally off. They ordered a psych eval, all kinds of stuff, demanding equal 50-50 custody because he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
And
raising
I'm
a child
like,
is not easy.
And you expected her to do it with no help, no nothing.
Raising a child is not easy.
There's always the reverse too. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I mean, when it comes to the traditional values and all that, like.
Would you be a stay-at-home husband?
Yeah, you seen Beef?
Not
I
since
do that all
season
day,
2.
nigga. That's nothing. You know
No,
what
he's
I'm
talking
saying?
about season 1.
Who was a stay-at-home dad?
The Japanese dude.
Ali Wong's husband.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I would do that all day.
I was thinking of the bear at first. It took me a second.
Yeah, I would easily do that. That's nothing. I mean, but
Neighbors and friends.
Are you saying that the opposite of that, or are you saying like the opposite where it's like women are expecting men to be able to provide?
I done had girls. I didn't talk to you for a day. You're hitting me up about $100 for this and that. I don't even know you, ma'am. I'm talking
I
about
told you what those are, though.
what, vultures?
Prostitutes.
Yeah.
If I just talked to you for a day and you asked for $100, I ain't even getting none. Like, well,
Yeah, that's not even a prostitute. That's
what good am I getting? What service did you provide?
It's the same, like those men. It's the same thing. Those men are. It's a mental illness. I think this is
Shit,
far
I'll talk to
beyond.
myself for free.
This is far beyond the mental health thing. This is there's a. I don't even know if it's a stigma. I don't even know if it's a condition. It is something in these people's brains that believe that I can absolutely add something with no.
Inflated value of self.
Yeah, whatever that is. Is there a particular word for that? Because whatever that needs to be something that needs to be diagnosed or talked about within
Probably
therapy.
narcissism.
Yeah, I was about
I
to say,
feel
it probably
so
is a
good about
branch of
myself that I
narcissism.
feel like you
'Cause,
owe me money for my time because I'm that perfect.
Like
You're welcome.
what kind of shit is that? And so that's where
I think that's bold though. I kind of love that. Like,
But-
part of me wishes, like, I've had conversations with people where I'm like, this was a waste of my time. Like, all I've done is give you information. Like, you should pay me for this. Like, this is like a consultation. Like, I need to be paid for my troubles and my knowledge. Like, this is crazy. And I feel like that's kind of how they think about it, just in a non-business way.
Maybe. I don't think it's that simple.
I think that's
I think some
hilarious.
people definitely have an inflated self-value. Like,
You owe me.
But it's a level of delusion because it's like
not to get into the weeds with it, but I think some people, like, you can have somebody who's coming off the streets and they're expecting a 6-figure person. That's not gonna happen. And you can have a dude who's like dirty and he's expecting a top 10.
So is that delusion?
It is definitely
Yeah.
delusion. Your output, your
I wonder
input, your
what they think they
output,
look like.
your input will, what is it? Your input will equal your output.
I think it worked before. And so if it worked before, why not try it again? I don't blame
I think
you.
it worked for somebody else and they think that
Or
they could do
either
it,
or,
yeah.
either
I
or.
think more people should go. I feel like it should be mandatory to go see someone after a certain age, like
Go
just to
see
get checked out.
a therapist?
Yeah.
Oh.
At
I
least
mean, yeah,
once.
if we
Just to get
if
checked
we had
out.
more free public, if it was like treated like healthcare.
Nothing's
well,
ever free,
You know what?
but-
No, I can't even say that because we don't even have free healthcare
We
anymore.
don't. We've
Um,
never had. Nothing's
If
free.
healthcare was important
Never.
here, and you know we did, because I think some countries have it where they have therapy that's free,
Yeah.
available for you to go get a free therapy evaluation.
I would love that because I would love to know some people's diagnoses. Like, I talk to some people and I'm like, something's definitely off with
But
you.
it's also one of those things like are people, I don't think people are aware of their own selves, right? So when it comes to a therapist, they're supposed to figure that out for you. But
No, a therapist's job is to get you to figure it out for yourself. They
Well-
don't figure it out for you.
well, part of their job is them figuring out, okay, so what's wrong with this person?
Right.
And then once they figure out what's wrong with you, then they need to get you to figure out what's
They
wrong
walk
with
with you.
Yeah.
Once you both diagnose the same problem, you both the therapist helps you walk through those problems to get it fixed.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a therapist will figure that out before you figure it out. At least that's what they're
The
supposed
therapist
to
comes
do.
up with a plan to help you figure it out. And
But
walk
the
you through
therapist
it.
already kind of has an idea.
They
They're
have
like,
to know
oh
what's
yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
you.
Yeah, they know
They
what's
can't
wrong.
help
Yeah.
you
That's what
figure
I'm
it
saying.
out.
So a therapist, I go to a therapist and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
How funny is that?
And they ask me.
Help me. I'm messed up. Something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
But see, that's the
help
thing.
me get there.
Being therapy should not be seen as something's wrong.
But
It
something
should
is
be
wrong.
seen as I want to understand myself. And I guess that is wrong to not understand yourself.
Right. Something's
But
wrong.
Depends on.
but
on
if you
they have a
frame it,
condition
if
or
you
not.
frame it as something's wrong, people are going to think they're broken. And that's
I mean,
why
you
I think,
are.
and I think that's, but you can't tell a broken person they're broken.
No, you're not
because
supposed to, no.
It doesn't correlate. That's why men don't go to therapy because they don't want to be
feel
seen
like
as
they're
broken.
broken. Yeah.
Even though they are, they don't want
That's
to be
so
seen
dumb.
as being
like
broken.
that's how you know you're broken.
Pride.
Because what do you mean?
But that's how it
That's
works.
how you know you're broken.
That's how
If
it works.
there's-
It's the same
if
thing
there's
with some
gall on the
women.
ground,
There's some women who won't go to therapy
I'm not
because
making
they
them
don't
say-
want to.
and they're dumb
You
too.
know, they
That's-
don't want to
that's
seem
why-
broken.
that's why you need to be there.
It's just,
Pride.
yeah, pride is very.
you don't go to
powerful.
the doctor because you don't think there's something wrong with you. Like, you
Some
got an
people do.
idea.
Doctors is seen as an easy fix because it's a physical thing. Physical
Yeah.
things are seen as easy fixes. While the
Well,
mental is
and
a
there's no
whole
way
complex
to.
thing.
You can't brute force yourself.
Yeah.
You can't brute force through a broken leg. Like your leg's gonna heal in the wrong direction. You're screwed for life. You can't. You can brute force through a little bout of depression.
Not really.
Some people
if you're
can.
clinically depressed, no, you can't.
Some people can.
I don't know. That's one of those things where some
Is
people can,
it
some
now
can't.
just because you're brute forcing it? Does it not mean it will fix itself properly? Like I just said, you can't brute force through a broken leg
If you're
because
clinically depressed, you need medication to get you through that. That's the same as a broken leg.
You can brute force
you're
through a broken leg, but your
chemically-
broken leg might be fucked. For
exactly.
That's what he said.
And so what I'm saying is, it's the same thing. I said it's a different thing. You can't brute force through. You can brute force through depression, but you're not going to heal properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the same thing as if you brute force through a leg.
Exactly.
They should be seen in the same value.
Yes.
But yeah, nobody wants to be seen as broken.
I mean, Dana White, who's the head of UFC, he came out, I want to say, like, literally before this month, Men's Mental Health Month, said, like, that shit is bullshit, basically. Like,
Men's mental health.
She's the fake.
No, it's a
no, it's a
guy.
dude, bald head.
Dana
guy.
White.
Dana White.
He's the owner of UFC.
Yeah, he says bullshit. And it's one of those things.
I'd be curious to see what his diagnosis is.
Oh, he's the one who slapped his wife like on 4K. You've definitely seen that before.
He slapped his wife.
Slapped his wife in 4K, 100%.
I know his mom. His mom probably got abused.
It's a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Because
So
that's
it's like,
given trickle down.
yeah, it's a lot. So all that shit is
It's
insanely
crazy
complex.
how how ingrained stuff like that is.
What do
Like
you mean?
trauma
Trauma,
trauma
trickles.
begets trauma.
Yeah.
So it always is passed down. I saw a random
Not
post.
always.
No, not always. No,
But it
but
can
but
be.
I think it is always passed down. It's just different people handle it. Like, for instance, I could have trauma from my parents. I handle their trauma differently than they handled it, so it doesn't affect me the same. So I'm able to pass it down to where it doesn't affect the next person, or I might skip a generation.
It sometimes
I
does
might, my parents might have dealt with something. I'm fine. My kids might deal with it.
There's a word for that.
know?
It starts with an E, and they said that it's like in our genes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw something. I didn't
think I
go
sent
into
it
the
to y'all.
post. It was like a post talking about that trauma can be passed down on a genetic level.
Yeah.
Like it's written in your genes. Like
Not
I think they found it.
epigenetics.
They found it on like male sperm has like specific traumas
Yeah.
from the
Shocker.
the parent, right? So I mean, there's probably some in eggs too. Don't do that.
Shocker.
But because it was, and then somebody in the comments was like, "Oh yeah, this explains why a deadbeat dad is gonna have a deadbeat son who ends up being another deadbeat dad." And I was like,
But
well,
that
that's
makes
crazy.
sense because you've never had an example of what to do. So, I mean, it's not like, whoa, shake the table.
Yeah, our mental states is definitely built up by our environment.
For sure.
Environment is very important.
How do you think AI will affect mental health in the future?
I don't know. I think
In both ways, negative and positively. Positively and negatively, for sure.
I think it gives people more access to therapy and to things to like get help.
In what way?
Like you can talk to it like a therapist.
Yeah, you're
and figure
not
out what's wrong
supposed to
with
do
you.
that.
But you can.
You're not
But you can.
supposed to do that.
And you can ask.
Some people have actually killed themselves because
I
of
saw,
that.
but you can ask, like, what would you think is wrong with me, or how would you diagnose this, and what could I do, and how could I do better? If you came at it from like an analytical standpoint, like,
Wouldn't
You
that-
can definitely do that.
wouldn't that
I would
kill-
not
and
recommend
and
that.
it could also tell you like, hey, you need to go see a psychiatrist. That way you can get medicine to regulate this, or take these blood tests, see if something's off.
A good AI, but is there a good AI? Like
It's as good as the prompt you put into it.
Because think about it. How much creativity is in therapy? Is there concrete definitions of ways to solve shit? And if
Yeah.
that's the case, wouldn't
There
that
are.
destroy the idea of a therapist anyway? Like, wouldn't therapists like not have a job?
If it's always up to, but that's a lot of if-thens. If you're open to holistic practices, then you take it. If you're open to medication, then you take it. If you're open to technology, then you find out, then you figure out which one, then you take it. Like, there's so many if-thens. If people are 100% open and willing to try it, yes, but there's always people that aren't. So therapists will always be in business. It's just a matter of how popular will it be.
It wouldn't be in abundance though, would it?
It depends. How many people do you think are actually utilizing AI? There's so many people that I know that still have no idea what AI is.
Oh, they will be. I think.
But just because you hear about it doesn't mean that you know how to use it or that you're actively using it. I sat on my plane the other day and this lady teaches and she was talking to me and she has no idea what chat is, no idea what Claude is, nothing. And she works with kids on a regular basis. She has no idea.
That makes sense. I don't think
She's
it's,
like,
yeah.
I heard about it, but I don't know what it is. I
Is
don't
it
know how it
commercial yet?
works.
I don't think it's
That's,
commercial yet.
I think that's a great point because I always say this. Online people who complain about AI and everything don't really speak for the general population.
The general population doesn't
The general
know.
population is not aware of what AI is, what it does, or anything like that.
So when you find out about it, it then shoots you a bunch of other people that know about it, and then that's all you see. So then you
And
think
then you think
everybody,
everybody knows. Everybody does not know.
It is not Beyonce.
Everybody is not chronically online.
But
There's
do
a
you
large
think
number of
it
people.
do you think it will ever be Beyonce?
I think it'll destroy the earth before it does that.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, I think,
I think
we're gonna run
something-
out of water. I think now people are going.
I think we'll run out of water from other sources than AI. I think people are over exaggerating the usage of water from AI.
I don't know. When I saw the extra, 30 million gallons that were ciphered out of Georgia that were unaccounted for that nobody knew about, that's a problem. When you're causing straight deserts and places like the area that they did that in, residents got fined if they use water after certain times. So yeah, when you're taking from surpluses and things that are supposed to be allocated for a year or two or this or that, that messes things up. So fundamentally, yes, I think if and when people do, it's going to be because of how their everyday life is affected more than like, oh, I learned that I could use it. Because people don't realize Siri's AI, Google Gemini's AI. People are just waiting to see like an iRobot take your order.
Yeah, we haven't hit that level yet.
But that's what I think they think when they think AI. Because
I-
you mentioned Alexa and Siri, and people are like, "Oh, well, that's different," and it's like
No,
it's
the
really
same.
not.
I mean,
You're just accustomed to it.
the only thing is they're running these large processes. These businesses have been using amounts of water. It just has increased because now the processing power is much higher.
To increase a lot.
So they're going to use the water, but the thing about it is I think we're going to run out of other resources before we run out of clean water. Now, yes, it is messed up that they're hurting cities and all kinds of stuff. There needs to be regulation. Other countries are introducing regulations. I know Europe has recently
Everyone
introduced
has regulations
some
except
regulation.
us.
Yeah, some regulations recently. So it just needs to be regulated. If this is going to be a sustainable market, they need to build on it. As far as the effects, like I said, negatives and positives. AI will have negative and positive effects on mental health. In my mind, the negative is people using it for therapy. I don't think it will replace therapy because therapy requires that human touch. I think therapy requires human connection, true therapy.
Yes, emotions are not something that can be learned in a textbook. You have to know things to
There's
feel
no
things.
algorithm to hack emotions. There's an algorithm that can pretend to hack it, but at the end of the day, no.
I ain't gonna say the lady AI. There's a channel on TikTok, and it's this girl talking on the laptop asking this person questions, and then the lady like comes out and then basically says the shit. Have you seen it?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Is that AI?
And she named it and everything. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's AI. Yeah.
You can name your AI and give it an alter ego.
No, I mean like this lady sounds like a therapist, 100%. Like she knows what the fuck
But
she's
it's
talking
still
about.
based on input, so you have to think it's looking at
She
every
probably
single
built it up,
medical
yeah.
textbook. It's probably
But
pulling
that's to
every
me,
medical journal.
You could build up an AI to that
But
level. Think about
so
it.
if I
But
sat
that still
here,
doesn't replace if you have a unique one-off situation because it's only going based on what's input. So whoever is inputting that information, if they
it
don't
can be
cover,
based on how you build it. Like I said, they have memory, so it remembers conversations you have.
right, but what I'm saying is until you put it in there, it doesn't know. So if
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
trauma where like maybe you witnessed a shooting, if nobody ever gave it that information ahead of time, it can't help you. It can try to say, okay, you might be depressed because you mentioned this. It said this, but it's not going to be able to relate to you until you put all of that in. So if you are telling it everything, and if you are like, these are my thoughts, feelings, emotions, blah, 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 use my personal experience versus the medical industry and tell me what's wrong.
You know what? It'll do what I've been saying about AI. It'll replace the bad therapists, like therapists who are just not that great. It'll
Yes.
replace them.
That means it will replace most therapists.
Or just milk you for money each
that means
session.
that particular.
But
system
is that?
will-
but I don't
will-
think. Okay, so I'll be
it
real.
will take over.
I don't think that's a good thing because
No, it's not a good
all
thing.
AI is doing is it's an algorithm. It's not actually thinking. It's not actually coming up with it's an algorithm that's predicting what the best response to the prompt that you.
But
gave.
it can at least get you up out of there and you know that you got to go see somebody. Like, okay, you're
But see, what
clinically
if-
depressed. Go
What
see
if because it's so free? It's free.
It becomes
I don't have to
commoditized.
see anybody.
No. It'll be commoditized. That AI will say, hey, it will never.
There will probably be a specialized therapy AI on the market.
Now it's an ad saying, hey, go to Better Health. Boom.
Yeah, no, there will be a specialized. Yeah, there will be a specialized, a centralized AI that they built specifically for therapy.
And technically there are when you go on a lot of websites now. Please, I'm your new assistant. Tell me exactly what's going on, and I'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
This is the kind of appointment you're going to need. Fill out these
I don't know.
papers.
It just
Same
depends.
thing.
That question is an open question.
I think
though.
this should-
It
I thi- I
depends on
think-
the direction we go in with AI because at this point we're running into a technology and parts shortage. Will they even be able to? I don't even know if AI is sustainable at this point.
Yeah.
But mental
yeah.
health wise,
It's
I
too,
I
it's too
don't-
powerful.
But
bro.
mental
know.
health wise, I feel like it's always going to need a human's touch. You're
In
always going to
reality-
have to deal with a human.
In reality, 100%. I
In
think
order to
everything.
be felt.
I think everything, even from most.
They'll
things
probably
are
use it
created-
as a filter though.
what?
It should be used as
It'll
a
be
filter.
used as a filter.
To
AI?
see who's important in a sense of like who needs
Like,
a
do you
needed
actually
attention.
need therapy, or do you
Or are
just
you
need
lonely?
somebody to tell
Like,
you
let
what
me-
you want to hear?
Let me have you adopt this dog.
I mean,
like
think-
you need something to take care of.
Think about it. Things that you buy. Would you rather have it manufactured or custom made?
I don't care.
I mean, if you had a choice, your wedding dress. If you
Oh,
never-
custom.
yeah, everything. The best things that you want in life, you want custom, regardless of what it is. You want a person to talk to specifically that's working on your shit.
Oh, see, I don't even like to talk to people. I just want it done.
But-
I'm not the person for that. I
but
just
you-
want to click and go. I want this.
I mean, for
That's
some
it.
like specifically,
No.
like I want.
If
this
I could
shit,
do it without dealing with somebody, I would. I don't like people.
but I would
And
say
people don't listen. So then I'm gonna be even more mad because you're gonna try to tell me what I told you. And if this is what I said, do it. That's it.
So you just don't like.
I don't need feedback. I know what I want.
So you want like a generalized doctor? Would you want a
I don't
generalized
go
doctor or a
to the
custom
doctor.
doctor? Oh my God. I'm asking the wrong person.
When I have something like I literally have not been to the doctor in years. Outside of like birth control, I need birth control. Give me birth control. That's why I'm here. It's my annual. Do your job. Bye.
Damn. You don't know checkups.
They check my blood pressure.
You don't get physicals?
They do that before they give you your birth control. Your blood pressure's good. Your temperature's good.
So you do it all in one.
You feel okay?
So you don't have like out of cycle doctor visits now?
No. For what? I have nothing wrong with me. Why am I going?
Well,
to the
yeah, I mean,
doctor?
if you had something wrong though,
You get
would
blood
go?
screenings?
I do them once a year. I haven't done one this year.
Oh, okay.
But I do it, and
What
then
you do that? So you do the
She
I
do
go
like
on-
a full panel, like
I go on
that one
Jason's
day.
Health.
I got a
I pay
homie,
$150.
he
I
do the
do a
same shit.
comprehensive
Yeah,
blood panel.
they do that shit.
It tells me anything's high,
I mean, if
medium, low.
that's all you need, that's really
I
all you
take
need.
That's
it.
all you.
I
That's
check.
all you really need.
I'm done. Like if I.
But
get,
if you had another problem, like if you had a serious pain in your abdomen, would you go?
if it's during my cycle, no.
It's
If-
not. It's debilitating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd jump to urgent care and see what's going on. But it has to be something like serious. Like if I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll try my natural stuff first. If that doesn't work, then I'll go to like Dayquil or NyQuil. And then if that doesn't work, I go. But that's never happened. I'm normally good before that. But I eat like pretty well and I try to take care of myself.
So you're just against the ideology of just having medical insurance? Like you're like, fuck that shit.
Unless you're a sickly person,
What
why
is it?
are you paying to then pay to go? You're paying in case something happens, and then you still pay when you go to the doctor, and then you still pay for things. Why wouldn't I just pay to go when I
get
need
it.
it?
It's insurance. I
Like
mean,
you pay how much a month?
you pay for car
Like
insurance.
150.
A month.
Yeah.
And then when you go to your doctor, how much do you pay?
I think my deductible's like 50.
Okay, I just pay like $100 one time, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it just in case I get into like a car crash or some shit.
I mean,
It's
even if you get
just
in-
like car insurance.
But that's not.
Do you need car
no,
insurance?
medical is
every
not
day?
the same.
I
But
get shot up in the club or something.
Medical is
you know,
not the
some of
same.
those,
I
bro.
guarantee if you look through your premium, especially with you only paying $150 a month, guarantee if you look through that, none of that is
Like, you don't
covered.
get me covered?
Guarantee it's
I
not.
don't know. I had a.
Guarantee it's not.
I remember I had an Ingrown.
I don't know. I have
That
pretty
shit
good.
covered, I ain't gonna
I
lie.
have pretty good
Motherfucker
insurance.
was covered. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I was like,
It takes care of everything.
they're like, yeah, if you didn't have this, you'd have to pay like
From your podiatrist?
whoever the fuck did it.
I feel like dental and eye is a scam, but at the same time, I get my eyes checked once a year, so and then I get a
pay
discount on
$25.
glasses.
Dental and eye is a scam because it's one body. Why am I
So
outsourcing limbs?
dental is a scam, in my opinion. Dental.
I mean, that part, all that shit should be
dental
together.
is because
if
when you
have
do dental,
something wrong with your tooth, it
That
could
should be
literally
medical.
affect your entire
Yeah, that
body.
should
You
be
could
medical.
die.
well, no, I say dental is a scam because you're gonna pay a fortune anyway.
Yeah,
they're
you
gonna be
are.
like, oh, you need to get a root canal, or oh, you got a cavity, we're gonna charge you like $1,000,
Oh
and your
my
dental
God, that has
insurance
never
does
happened
nothing.
to me.
Dental insurance does nothing.
ridiculous.
It
When
does
I-
not soften the blow. I get maybe it does, and if it does, that means dentists are charging a
When I
premium.
had dental, all I got was cleanings, and I rarely
But see,
had
you've only ever had a
cavities.
cleaning. A cleaning, it'll cover a cleaning.
When I was little, I had cavities one time, and it was all covered under insurance. Outside of that,
But you have to get a root canal or something else.
Why
It's
would I
over
do
with.
Yeah,
that?
have a pre-existing condition with all that shit. It's over with.
y'all seem sickly. No,
Damn, I ain't sickly. I get sick
talking
once a
shit.
year.
I'm just being funny. But no, I think it's a scam. But I do think
I mean, insurance is a scam.
I do
in
think
general.
mental health is important, and you need to go and you need to find somebody and talk to them.
When it comes to love, and mental health, what is as I say that because you just said what do you think of?
Lots of things like how love can throw off your mental health. How if you're not with somebody that you're compatible with, it can make you depressed. How if you lack love, you could be depressed.
It can become a mental illness itself in and
It
of
can.
itself.
It could be an obsession. It could be a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
Where
but
were
here's
you
the-
going with it?
There's so many branches.
Yeah, where were you going?
Can you love somebody if you don't love yourself?
Yeah, because you can love them.
You
more
can
than
think you do.
Yeah. No, I think you can, because people.
But then again,
Doesn't that turn to mental illness if you
But
love
then
somebody you don't love
again,
yourself?
love is something that is not really definable, in my opinion. There is a definition, but love is.
I think it
not
can be defined.
really-
It's just people don't want to. They don't want to utilize that definition. I think unconditional love is the most.
But see,
pure
you
form of
added
love.
a adjective in front of it.
Well, I had to because people.
But
don't
love
add
is a
that part
complex
of it.
array of emotions, behaviors, and beliefs characterized by deep affection, intimacy, trust, and commitment. It acts as a powerful bonding mechanism that fosters connection, care, and mutual support. It's from Very Well Mind.
Do you feel like that covers what you think love is, though?
Yeah.
Who,
I like the
or-
biological perspective. Love triggers the brain's reward system, releasing chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin that drive attachment and protectiveness. Psychological framework is love is composed of three interconnected parts: intimacy, closeness, passion, attraction, and commitment, the decision to stay.
But I don't think love has to necessarily be a part of those. Because you love your parents, you don't feel some of those emotions towards your parents. That's what I say. Love is undefinable because it's different for everyone. That's the only reason I say that.
Yeah,
Love
there's
can be different.
variations
So-
of love. There's spectrums of love.
Yeah, you can be in love. Yeah, love is probably more of a spectrum thing. You can be in love with somebody and love them more than you love yourself, because then you'll let yourself go. You're damaging yourself at the detriment
mental illness,
of trying
right?
to. Yeah, definitely. That's what I said. Love can become a mental illness.
What do you think?
I just think it's funny. I just called love a mental illness.
I said it can become one.
I just think that's
Yeah,
funny.
easily.
I think a
Easily.
lot of things can become a mental illness.
You ain't
though.
never been with a nigga and like he's mentally ill, like just off of like loving you type shit.
Yeah. Men be unwell for sure. But
I feel like I'm like, yo, I'm cool, but
odd behavior.
you're kind of wilding. Like you might, we don't even go together.
Some people are off.
Yeah.
I try to avoid those people, but sometimes they sneak in there every now and then. Refer them to therapy.
So on men's mental health. Oh my God, say it for me, please.
Men's mental health
You can say it.
awareness month.
Why? You got to make sure I can still
Yeah,
say it.
the
Men's
men-
Mental
yeah.
Health Month.
There we go.
Dude,
So
come
look,
on now.
alright.
Men's mental health month. Men's mental health month.
Yeah, that's
Men's
a
mental
tongue
health
twister for me.
month.
I'm sorry.
We're over there.
What's the one advice you would like to give to a man?
Go to therapy. Try it once. Just go and try it. But don't go unless you're going to be open-minded. Like, go and try it for real. And just do it. Because there's, like, business therapists. There's, like, relationship therapists. There's a lot of different therapists.
Financial therapist.
Yeah, it's always good to, like, just talk to someone.
If you're gonna do that, I would say think about something you want in life, right? And just go with that in mind to give you something to start with your therapist. And if you like it, they'll dig deeper. No,
But I feel like the majority of what you think you want won't be what you want.
But that's important to do though, because then you got to learn. You might
Right.
be like, "Oh, I want money." You and the therapist start talking. All right, so what do you do to make money? It's a conversation. It's really like,
You need somebody to talk to.
yeah,
Objectively.
like a real person to talk to that won't judge you and anything.
Objectively.
Like you can't talk to the homies. You can't talk to a woman. You can't talk to your parents.
It's
You want
almost-
somebody who I feel like you have. It's basically like having a diary that will respond.
You can.
No,
I'll say
I
this.
think-
You can talk to homies. You can talk to these people. I think one of the problems is that they're not doing that at all. They're not talking to anybody.
I think
don't
people.
think
I,
that's true.
I think a lot of
levels.
dudes
There's
don't
levels.
want to be judged by their homies.
I think a therapy for like men, how I see it, or therapy just in general, is like a science project back in the day when they were like, do one in a controlled environment where you control everything. So like people know you, people this, people that, and then you have an uncontrolled variable. Somebody that doesn't know you. They know nothing about you. They have no prior information. They have nothing. Because if somebody knows you, they're going to be like, oh, you got this. You could do this. You could do this. You did this. For somebody that knows nothing about you, they have no
They're gonna be
reason.
straight up.
Exactly. They have no benefit to kiss your ass or baby you or do this or do that. They're just going to give you, this is what I think based off what I see. And that's why I think therapy is good and everybody should try it once, because then you can tell if you keep losing people around you and you're like, well, I don't know why. Well, now you do. Oh, nobody's ever been honest with me. Well, now somebody has. So then it's like, now what are you going to do with the information?
You have advice?
I did, but I lost it. You go.
So my advice is for men, and this is very important, it's something that we don't really think about growing up. I'm pretty sure a lot of people tell us this. Your circle of friends will define you. It can define you. If you're not a solitary person, that will absolutely determine who you're going to be or how you're going to move. So make sure that you cannot have volatile people around you, and you're not a volatile kind of person. It will shape you. It will represent you. You don't even know it. It affects your psyche. It affects everything that you do. So be mindful of that, because that does affect your mental health 100%. If you're around a bunch of niggas that be doing shit that you shouldn't be doing, you will probably most likely eventually start doing that same type of shit. So be wary of that. Definitely look for more progressive people. Try to be around people that you kind of want to be. specifically, and you'll realize how much your life will change for sure.
Therapy is helpful.
Always make sure the license.
Yes.
Don't do the AI shit.
What did they say this month? It's okay to not be okay.
It's always okay to not be okay.
Isn't that the thing? It's okay
Oh,
to
I
not be
believe
okay,
you.
but you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with him though. That's my piece. Don't use AI as your therapist. Please don't. Don't look like that.
And with that, this is Bridge ATL. Please like, comment, subscribe, talk smack. Ashley loves when y'all talk smack, apparently.
I love it.
And all of that. But thank y'all. We'll see y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
To peace so bad.